What's popping, and welcome to this week's episode of Popcorn, your stop for all things pop, here in Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Of course, I'm your host, Cholo Sediaren, and today we have a very special episode. We're actually not in the Radyo Katipunan studio today, as I am busy with a lot of things outside of the area, and I cannot go and do the regular episode in the studio. But anyway, we will be proceeding with the regular programming, so don't you guys worry. We have an extra special guest today. My first ever international guest on the show. We have Hawaiian-Filipino singer Mimi joining us later on the show. But of course, just to give a recap on what we had last week, we had our Toy Story 4 discussion. Syempre, we got so deep into that discussion, thinking about what it all means and all that. So go and check that out on all platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever podcasts are streamed. You can go check that and all our other previous episodes and minisodes after watching this show. And aside from that, what actually makes this episode quote-unquote special is that I'm also hosting for the first time by myself. So wala akong kasamang co-host this week. Pero paninindigan pa rin natin yung show and tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang ating pamamahayag. Wow, Tagalog na Tagalog. Pero let's go to our first segment, which is always Popcorn, or our pop culture news recap of the week. So we don't have much popcorns for the week. It's been kind of a slow week. Or medyo busy lang talaga ako. But anyway, here is our first big chunk of popcorns. We have a bunch of Disney news. So first of all, this is the biggest news out of all three. Halle Bailey, not to be confused with Halle Berry, was cast as Ariel in the live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid. So Halle is the star of the ABC show Grownish, a spin-off of the hit TV series Blackish on the same network, and is also a part of the singing duo Halle x Chloe with her sister. So, for me, this is exciting casting news. It's a yes, I support this, and it's not only me who supports this. Of course, si Halle was excited by the casting, and even Zendaya, who was rumored to be playing Ariel in this live-action adaptation, showed her support for Halle, and it's quite exciting to have a fresh take on The Little Mermaid that we all know and love. I mean, Halle is an African-American, and a lot of people are saying right now that, you know, Ariel that we knew on the movie is a white Ariel, a ginger Ariel even. But, you know, there's a lot of backlash. Of course, it's unavoidable to have this kind of backlash in terms of like really big news. And The Little Mermaid has always been one of the biggest things to come out of Disney. And, you know, a lot of people feel like this doesn't represent what they grew up with. But then again, this is a new generation. As with all reboots, a lot of things change. And as people would say, she's a mermaid. She doesn't really have a skin color. There were some people who argued with science that, oh, there's no melatonin when you're so hidden down in the sea and all that. But, you know, those are just bashers. It's a yes. Halle Bailey, I'm excited to see what comes out of the Little Mermaid live action adaptation. I actually don't know how she acts because I haven't seen her on the show Grownish. But I heard her songs on Spotify with her sister, and she has a really good voice, so I'm excited to see how she brings life to the songs we all know and love. So yeah, we don't have word yet on when this will come out, but this will probably come out in the next few years. But we do know that Alan Menken is returning for this movie, as well as new material from the great Lin-Manuel Miranda. So that's our first Disney popcorn. And for our next Disney popcorn, hindi magpapatalo ang next Disney princess na live-action adaptation. That is Mulan, coming in 2020. So they just released a teaser trailer for this movie, and it stars Liu Yifei, a Chinese actress who has already starred alongside Jackie Chan and Jet Li in the 2008 film The Forbidden Kingdom. So my reaction to this trailer is that it is another yes, queen or princess or whatever you'd like to call Mulan. I mean, this is gonna be a different take of Mulan. They've already told us that this won't be a musical. there might not be a Mushu. They're saying it's a phoenix that will take his place instead. And there might not even be a Shang in this film. So we don't really know how they will really show this new version of Mulan. But it's exciting. I mean, I think the source material for Mulan, the original Disney film, has a lot of backstory to tell. And now that they're putting this into live action, of course, some of the elemental things or the fantastical things might not be suitable for the story anymore. But I think it still remains true to the story, which is Mulan running away to become a soldier instead of trying to marry someone her family is telling her to marry. So that's pretty much it. That trailer was very nostalgic and it's exciting. I mean, just like the Aladdin movie, they also had an open casting for this, and I trust Disney enough for all these castings to just come through. So for me, Mulan 2020, it's a yes. I'm excited to see what else they will show in future trailers. I'm excited to see the movie. And next Disney news, another live action adaptation. They're just putting all the stops just to bring all these live action adaptations to the big screen. The next one will actually be coming out later this year. It's called Maleficent, the Mistress of Evil, which is of course the sequel to the 2011 movie Maleficent starring Angelina Jolie, but this time around it's a sequel to the whole Sleeping Beauty narrative because we haven't really seen what happens after her happy ever after. So in the trailer that they just also released, they showed that Sleeping Beauty will be marrying the prince and she will be taken in by the prince's family whose queen mother is Michelle Pfeiffer. So for me, this is just a sax. I'm not so sure how they can go farther away from the story at this point, but who knows? This might be better. This might be the redemption for Maleficent, which was an okay popcorn movie, but not exactly magnificent, if you can say that. So yeah, I mean, it's a sax for me, Maleficent and Mistress of Evil. I'm still probably gonna be watching it later this year. And aside from that, I'm gonna briefly mention that I watched Spider-Man just last week, and that was a pretty fun movie. Another great addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course, which is 22 movies strong. We don't know what lies ahead. I'm not gonna talk about it that much. We're probably gonna have an episode about it sometime soon, so just watch out for that. But we will probably be having even more Disney popcorns in the coming weeks as D23 convention is also happening in a few weeks. I think that's next week actually. And instead of the usual SDCC San Diego Comic Con announcements, Disney usually announces Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar news and the rest of the Disney lineup during D23. So that's gonna be really exciting to watch out for, and watch out for our reactions to whatever comes out in D23. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Disney Plus mentioned in that, and of course the whole Phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe is gonna be presented. Hopefully, we don't know what lies ahead. Our next popcorn is sports. Pinanindigan na talaga yung sports. This is just a short update from last week's free agency NBA news. We were talking about Kawhi Leonard saying where is he gonna go, and they just announced that he struck a deal with the LA Clippers for a 4-year contract worth $142 million, and that's like equivalent to 8 billion pesos. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that money. I probably went to the wrong industry. I should have just learned how to play basketball if that much money is involved. But yeah, good for him. And aside from that, as mentioned last time, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are going to the Brooklyn Nets. That's another bit of news that has excited a lot of people. I personally do not know much about the NBA, but I'm just gonna say it's a yes because people enjoy this, and it's gonna be an exciting time for NBA for sure. Next, we have some video game news. It's the announcement of the Nintendo Switch Lite, which will be released on September 20, 2019. So, as compared to the Nintendo Switch, which has been released for a couple of years now, to much public consumption, and everyone loves playing the Nintendo Switch, and it's the revival of a lot of Nintendo games because of it. This one will be dedicated to handheld play as compared to the original Nintendo Switch, which can be switched from handheld to television. This one is just for all handheld play, and I think you can just connect it with other people who have Switches instead of just using multiple Joy-Cons. But you can still actually connect other Joy-Cons to this Nintendo Switch Lite. So it will come in 3 colors: yellow, gray, and turquoise. For me, it's a sax. I'm not quite sure what to feel about this. It kind of seems like a Game Boy at this point, but I know a lot of people just like to play handheld games anyway, and the Switch has a library that has a lot of good games. So I'm excited for people who will get to play Switch games for the first time with the Nintendo Switch Lite if they do happen to purchase one when it comes out in September. So that's a sax for me, but who knows? We'll see what comes next for the Nintendo Switch Lite. Next is the Warner Media announced that they will have another Netflix rival streaming service called HBO Max, which will include Friends and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the US. This for me is a pass. Like, I'm not really a fan of all the companies making their own streaming services, because that just makes up for so many streaming services that you have to subscribe to. I mean, it's good business for sure, but it's not really so good for the consumer who has to buy so many subscriptions with Netflix, Hulu. In the Philippines, we have iFlix. There's free I Want TV, of course, but you're not paying for that. There's Amazon Prime. There's Disney Plus, which is also upcoming. So there's just so many. I'm not so sure which ones I will be keeping. But of course, they haven't really announced how this will go worldwide, because Hulu isn't even here at this point. But Netflix has been here for a couple of years, and our local I Want streaming service has been flourishing with all their original content. So that's pretty exciting. But for the HBO Max thing, it's a pass. I don't know. Just too much. And for our last popcorn for the week, we have our only bit of popcorn related to Filipino pop culture, which is the Daniela Mondragon meme that has been going around the internet for the past week. It's been crazy. It's funny. I watched the trailer because this is Daniela Mondragon, the character played by Dimples Romana, is from the popular afternoon teleserye Kadenang Ginto, which will now be on its 3rd season on ABS-CBN. And this whole trailer showed the battle between the two Mondragons. That's Romina, played by Beauty Gonzalez, and Daniela, played by Dimples. And it's gonna be like a battle royale again for them, because they each have their own businesses that they will try to conquer. And it seems as if Romina is actually thriving in whatever she was going through because of what Daniela did to her, which was steal the company that her dad gave to Romina because of their marriage. It's a whole other thing, this teleserye. My mom is so addicted to it. But yeah, this is a yes. That meme was hilarious kasi pinakita na Daniela in a red dress, may maleta siya and may handbag, coming out of a taxi. And Romina, who rose from the ashes, came from like an SUV. And Daniela became so popular because people cropped her and put her in so much different situations, such as may baha pero nandun siya na may maleta siya. Sobrang dami. Just search on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook and you'll see what this is about. So anyway, that is a yes for me. This season will actually include Richard Yap, known for Be Careful With My Heart. So that's, another primetime thing for ABS-CBN. And yeah, that's a yes for me. I hope we could get them on the show somehow. It's exciting. So Dimples, if you're hearing this, I'm reaching out to you. Let's make it happen. So that is our popcorn for the week, and we will go on a short break, and we'll be back with more popcorn.
Jesuit Communications presents Ginintuan 50 Years of Jesuit Music featuring Bukas Palad, Hangad, Himig Jesuita and Friends, Coro Ilustrado, Musika Chiesa, Parangka, Toto Sorioso featuring Between Escalante, Lara Maige, Father Manoling Francisco S. of the Society of Jesus, syempre SJ, hindi lang SJ yung sinabi. Noel Cabangon on the matinee show and Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle on the gala show. So that's happening on July 13 at the Henry Lee Irwin Theater at Ateneo de Manila University. The matinee show is at 3 p.m. and the gala show is at 7 p.m. For tickets, call 426-5971, local 113, or 0908-886-8447.
And we're back at Popcorn, your stop for all things pop. And of course, we are back with our very extra special guest, very na extra pa, Mimi, straight from Hawaii.
Hi!
So first of all, thank you so much for joining me on the show. I know you've been busy going around, and I've been with you everywhere. We've been everywhere,
yes.
And actually, we just got out of a morning show, Magang Kay Ganda. We woke up at like 6.
I woke up at like 4:10 to start getting ready.
Yeah, so it's been an early day, and thank you so much for still giving some time for my little show.
Of course.
But of course, you're actually my first international artist ever on the show, so it's a big deal for me to have like a superstar, Mimi.
Oh, okay.
So for those who do not know, Mimi is 18 years old. She's Hawaiian-Filipino, and she's been doing everything, touring around, bringing out new songs, and now she's here in the Philippines to tour her latest single.
Yes, I am. Kiki Love, featuring Elmo Magalona.
So first of everything, first of all, I'm gonna ask you the typical interview questions everyone's been asking you in all these media rounds. So how's your trip to the Philippines so far?
It's been fun. Yesterday was like my first real day of work, but it wasn't too bad. I just got my voice back, so thank God I can sing and talk. But yeah, I liked it so far.
Like, how are the people?
The people seem nice. Whoever I met, everybody seems really nice. Similar like Hawaii.
So like, how could you compare like the Philippines and Hawaii? Like people, the weather, for example.
The weather is sort of similar. It's hot in Hawaii, but I think it's more humid here. We have more like trade winds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit cooler over there. But the people seem similar. Everybody's really nice. The food is different. Your guys' Filipino food, like out here, is different from the Filipino food we have in Hawaii.
So what do you have in Hawaii?
Like I tried the sare here, and it
The
was
what?
like
Sorry.
Sare.
Sare.
The soup.
Soup. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, that's what we call
Sare.
it.
What kind of soup is it?
That's what we call it back over there. Like they just like, oh, can I order sare?
So what did you order here?
I forget what it was called. I don't know. Martin ordered it.
What kind of soup is it?
It was like with vegetables and shrimp,
Vegetables and shrimp.
like squash and
Oh,
leafy
kare
vegetables.
kare? Is it like kare kare?
Oh yeah. That's what it is.
Okay.
But we call it sare back home.
Oh, yeah.
But like the soup here was like more like lemony, like
Yeah.
citrusy.
And how is it there?
Ours one is like more like a beefy broth
Mm-hmm.
with like, or like a chicken stock broth with like squash and some leafy vegetables and shrimp and pork.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just put lechon in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was different, but it was pretty good.
That's interesting. I was
Yeah,
like,
like-
what the hell is a share? I was like, oh, kare kare.
We went to a Filipino restaurant and I was like, oh, Mimi, what do you want? I was like, oh, I just want an adobo fried rice. I was like, what? I was like, adobo fried rice, like the pork adobo fried rice with the egg on it. And it's like, oh, I don't know what that is. I was like, are you serious? That's like such a popular Filipino dish in Hawaii.
So when you get back to the Philippines, it's time for us to join a business venture that's Hawaiian-Filipino food.
Yeah,
probably.
Hawaiian-Filipino fusion, like, because I think the food is pretty good.
Yeah, that would be different, and that would be very interesting to
Yeah.
have around here because I don't have an idea what
Hawaiian
Filipino
food is?
food in Hawaii is,
Oh, yeah,
and even
yeah.
more what
Hawaiian
Hawaiian food there is.
Yeah, Hawaiian food is like, we have lau lau. Lau lau is like the luau leaf, and then inside of it you usually have like beef or chicken or fish, and like you steam it, and then like the leaf is like all like.
So you eat the
it.
leaf.
Yeah, so it's wrapped in the luau leaf, but then you wrap it in the banana leaf to steam. But then you take the banana leaf off and you just eat the luau leaf inside. And then
Okay.
you have like kalua pork. It's like pulled pork.
Kulu pork.
Kalua pork.
Kalua pork.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Hawaii sometimes.
Like hit me up if you're out there.
Yeah, I will definitely
We have good
hit
seafood
you
out there
guys
too.
up. And your uncle actually has a restaurant,
Yeah, he
right?
has a seafood restaurant. We have like Cajun stuff.
So if
We
you
have, like,
guys,
some Hawaiian pupus out there.
yeah, so we've been talking about this with Summer,
Yeah.
who's her
Pupus
auntie.
means appetizers or small dishes that you pick at.
Not what you're thinking what
Yeah,
pupu
yeah,
is.
yeah,
And now she was saying lau lau. Lau lau in Filipino is another different thing.
What?
It means like saggy.
Oh
saggy.
my
Lau
God.
lau.
Everything is so different.
It's really interesting.
No.
Actually, Mimi and Elmo shot a video together about Filipino words and Hawaiian words, and
yeah.
you should go check that out when it's out on the Universal Records YouTube page. It's really funny. Like Mimi learned charot and
Baba baba.
baba baba. So it's like really, really funny. We have a lot of content with her and Elmo. So just watch out for them on the YouTube channel. So before anything else, of course, Kiki Love is a song with Elmo. How did the song with Elmo like come about?
So I already had a song with Shanti. He hopped on my international remix for my song Crazy with me, Shanti, and one of the members from Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crazy Bone. So yeah, we had Shanti and then we reached out to Universal and they had Elmo, so we got Elmo for my Kiki Love track, and we also have another track together that wasn't released yet, but it's called Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Her
that
songs are so catchy.
one. Yeah, you guys are gonna love it when it comes out.
We've been going around the media, like radio and television and online
Yeah.
shows, and
Like
they're stuck in
performing.
my head.
Yeah.
So, how was the experience? I mean, Elmo went to Hawaii to
Yeah.
shoot the music video and record and everything. How was that whole thing?
It was cool. Elmo did his part in the studio, and the studio is like right at my house. So like we have a really big property in Hawaii. So there's like my house, and then the studio is at this other house on our property. Just go over there.
So, how was the music video? Like, it's like
Oh,
a
this
kind of
video
a
was
date
really
thing,
fun.
right?
Yeah, it was. It's like a date thing. And if you see in the music video, I got to live out one of my lifelong dreams. I got to cross it on my bucket list. You know what it was?
What is it?
I went inside a claw machine.
Oh, you did?
I
didn't
did.
notice that part.
Like, watch when it's the claw machine part. I'm in the claw machine.
Mm-hmm.
With the claw machine. Like, the guy was like, we walked in there saying, oh, we're gonna do this, whatever. And then my friend Bronson, who shot the video, he was like, hey, can we get in here? And like, he was like looking around for his manager. He was like, come on, bro, just let us in. Da-da-da-da-da. He's like, okay, you guys have to shout us out. I was like, yeah.
So you were like one of those aliens in Toy Story.
Yeah.
So speaking of your family, like how did you actually go about starting your music career? Was it because you're actually part Filipino, your mom's half Filipino, right? So like, of course, being Filipino, Filipinos love singing a lot.
Yeah.
So is that part of the whole thing of how you started?
Yeah, it is. Because my mom like always sang and stuff, so I just sang and stuff. But then my uncle, he had some friends in the music industry already, so it was easy for me to start. I started doing local music in Hawaii and then branched out to like more mainstream.
And that's good. I mean, Ed's been around with us the whole time, the whole trip. He's been organizing this whole thing, and it's really nice to see how you have people behind your back who have your best interest. And
because I know it's not that way for like all artists, you know, and I'm just very lucky to have my family helping me.
That's great.
That's my mom's brother.
Yeah. And it's really nice. I mean, I'm sure you're really talented. Yeah. That's what I can say.
Thank you.
At first, of course, we didn't really have rapport yet.
Yeah.
You were really shy.
Yeah,
you were like, we don't
like
really
now
know.
I kind of talk a lot, but like when I first come into things, when I first meet people, like I'm really quiet. I don't like inserting myself into conversations that I'm like not. If I don't need to be there to talk, then I don't really just like Yeah. But I think it's better now because I know you now. And, it just takes a little time to warm up.
And I'm happy that we can actually talk like this now.
Yeah, because imagine if we were like, hi, how are you? That's so boring.
Yeah, it's like a robotic conversation. But like that's so different from the celebrities here in the Philippines, for example, because they'd be like, hi! And then behind your back, they're gonna be like, not the same people.
Yeah, because like, I try because of like the way that I am, like my character, like I don't wanna, you know, like act a certain way, because like then every time I see that person, I'm gonna have to act that way. And then when I don't, they're gonna be like, wait. So it's just too much energy to fake it. Like, just like, do whatever you want, like act however you do.
I mean, all I can say is you're a nice person.
Thank you. What is your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Let me see. I'm a Virgo.
Oh, Virgos and Sagittariuses, I think
they get along.
They get along
because I know Virgos and Scorpios get along. So I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
And then like all of the interview places we've been going to, like whoever I talk to, I'm like, oh, what is your sign? What is your sign? Like I don't believe in all of that zodiac stuff, but like sometimes I just want to know, like to see if it's true.
Actually, I have a lot of Virgo friends. Shout out to Janine and Tala. Tala is one of our artists at Universal. And I've noticed that a lot of my friends are actually Virgos. I think either Virgos and Sagittarius clash or they get along together really well.
It says a Virgo and a Sagittarius from a well-balanced relationship. Virgo wants to create a strong bond between them the right way, while Sagittarius likes a slower, steadier friendship that evolves over time. However, they would soon appreciate the loyalty and steadiness of Virgo and a deep relationship that forms between them. So yeah, our friendship compatibility is there.
Yes.
Like as you can tell, like we're not weird.
And it's great. And you know what I can say is that seeing you live yesterday perform.
That's your guys' first time hearing me sing,
That was the first time I saw you sing live, aside from all the videos.
Yeah. But it's like different.
It's different.
Because like even when I watch like concerts and stuff and I hear them sing, I'm like, oh wow, okay, like you sound like your song. Yeah.
And that was it. I mean, and even more so when you were performing live, I saw your energy and your voice.
It's like different. It's like when I perform, it's different because like usually I'm not like wanting to be the center of attention. Like I'll just be on the side, be quiet, whatever, until I have to do what I have to do, and then
And now you're an international star.
Yes, I am.
And speaking of that, you actually opened for Cardi B last year and Snoop Dogg,
December.
correct?
Yeah,
How was that whole experience?
It was my biggest performance. It was 30,000 people, sold out show at the Aloha Stadium. And all of my family and my cousins and my friends was there. We're all in the VIP section. It was just super fun.
You're like, they see me rolling.
Yeah, I was like...
So did you actually get to meet Cardi?
No, like Cardi, when I was doing my sound check, her dancers was doing sound check because I don't know, like security reasons, or maybe she was traveling with her daughter, but she might have did sound check like apart from her dancers, but I've seen their sound check, and she came right before she went on and she left right after she got off. So like I think her security team is just like super strict. That like I mean I get it though. Like now that she's like an A-list artist, you just have to take more precautions. But I'm sure she's really nice because I've seen like all of her other interviews. But hopefully I'll bump into her one day.
I mean,
oh my god, I was actually sitting behind her and the Migos at the American Billboards Awards.
Oh.
I don't know, one of these award shows I went to. But
How many award shows have you been so far in the US?
I've been to, I just went to Grammy Week. Went to the Grammys.
That must have been crazy. I mean,
It was my first
that was
Grammys
your first
experience. And like I walked through the carpet with my publicist. Oh, and I got to go in the Grammy nominated. So there's like two parts of the carpet, like the red carpet where you do all of your interviews, and then another part where all the Grammy nominees go to take pictures.
Okay.
She's like, "Oh, sorry, girl, if you hear this. Yeah, I kind of told like a joke. I don't want to call it a lie because I don't want to be a liar." But she's like, "Are you a nominee?" I was like, yeah, they sent me here." And I walked through the thing. I took my pictures. I was like, "Okay, let me just do this real quick." And then yeah.
And aside from Cardi and Migos, did you see any other like A-listers?
I seen Bad Bunny,
Mm-hmm.
and then from when I was at the Grammys, I seen Cardi's sister. I seen a lot of other artists. I seen Drake.
You saw Drake?
I saw Drake on stage. Like he was on stage, but anyways, yeah, I seen Drake in real life, kind of. You know, like I was kind of far, but I still seen him.
And like getting from the interviews we've been at, Drake is actually one of the people you'd like to collaborate with most, correct?
Like, dog, I dropped his name in so many interviews. Like, Drake, here one of them, let's make something happen. Anything. A picture even. I don't even care. Like, just anything.
That would be really nice. I mean,
I know.
you can like transform yourself into a singer of any genre. That's what's really
Like, that's what I really want to do, because, like, I mean, I liked island music, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to be conformed to one thing. Like, I want to be able to do this and this and this without having to completely break into another market. Like, I just want to have everything open. So if I decide to go anywhere, it'll be okay.
like right now. What are the current genres that you've been like tackling and with the music
So
you've released?
we're doing like a pop dance hall type of thing, and I do hip hop, R&B, pop. I rap a little too, and yeah, like we're just touching all bases right now.
So what
and I'm still making island music too.
like how does island music actually sound like for those who aren't familiar? Like I am.
You guys know Pia, right?
Not really.
Anyway,
Not that I know
she had that
of, at
one
least.
song. She's like, nice to know ya, let's do it again. And we did it on a one night.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know
but that was from J Boog. J Boog is an island artist, and like that's like the kind of like they have like reggaeton singing vibes. Yeah.
And is island music becoming a bigger thing in the US or?
I think so. Like artists like Rihanna and stuff, like Work came out. Like they're starting to incorporate more of the reggaeton and the dance hall type of beat. So I think so.
But like before this next break, you're actually collaborating with DJ Khaled.
Oh yes, I am.
That's crazy.
I know. Like when they told me, they didn't even like. They told me after like it was confirmed. Like, oh, by the way, we got Khaled. I was like, who?
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like they have we were like walking around South Beach. Me, Summer, and my dancers and my auntie was walking around, and then my uncle and Khalil them were at a meeting. I don't know what the meeting was for. And that was like a little break from my tour. I didn't even care. I was like, oh my god, freedom, walking around, whatever. So, and then we met back up with them wherever they're having a meeting, and then they told me that. I was like, okay. I was like so excited to have a video somewhere. That's like crazy.
You should upload that when the song comes out.
Yeah, I am. That's like my biggest feature. So I have DJ Khaled, Annalie Choppa, Elmo, Shanti, Elijah Boy, Isaac Flame.
And up next, Drake.
Drake.
If you're hearing this, Drake.
Listen to me. I'm not trying to be demanding, please.
But like, have you actually been able to meet DJ Khaled yet?
No, but we're gonna shoot a video, so I'm sure I'm gonna meet him out there in Hawaii or Miami, wherever.
And what the song is called Mahalo. It's really catchy. It's coming out really soon.
Yes.
Like, can you talk more about Mahalo?
So mahalo is a Hawaiian word,
Mm-hmm.
and it means thank you or like showing gratitude. So it's like to my fans or my supporters or anybody that we're just saying thank you, shouting them out.
Mahalo, mahalo. That's how it sounds like. But I'm not DJ Khaled.
That was Cholo on the beat. And that was a snippet.
And the next feature will be
Don't
Mimi
forget
and
we have
Cholo.
copyrights.
We're gonna have a collab called Lean Like a Cholo 2.0.
Oh!
With Mimi, Lean Like Mimi and Cholo. So anyway, we will go on a short break and we'll be back with more Mimi on Popcorn.
Westlife, the 20 Tour, celebrating 20 years of hits, July 29 and 30, 2019 at Araneta Coliseum. Tickets are on sale now at ticketnet.com.ph or call 911-5555. Presented by Wilbros Live. Westlife, hashtag Westlife Manila 2019.
We're back here at Popcorn and we are still here with our extra special guest, Mimi.
Hello.
So hello Mimi again.
Hey,
Of
what's
course,
up?
we were talking about Hawaii earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you pronounce it apparently. It's not
But how do
Hawaii.
you guys pronounce it?
Hawaii.
Yeah, we say Hawaii. Like some people they say Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
but I just say Hawaii.
But like that's the legit way of
But
saying it, right?
in the Hawaiian alphabet, W's are pronounced as V's.
So it's Hawaii.
So it's spelled Hawai Okina I.
Uh-huh.
So it's Hawaii.
Oh, okay. So I mean,
But I say Hawaii.
yeah. But like in the Philippines, it's really Americanized, like
Mm-hmm.
the mainland America. So the way we say it is
They
how
say
they
Hawaii.
would say it. Yeah,
Hawaii.
Hawaii or Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Not the
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
So speaking of Hawaii, how is life as a teenager? Of course, you're 18, and how is that like? Especially since you're balancing music and school, and you know, just being a normal teenager.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a normal teenager life.
Mm-hmm.
But even like before music and stuff, like I was never I mean I had friends, don't get me wrong, but like I never had like a whole bunch of friends or like I would never do like sleepovers and parties. One, because I don't know how everybody else's mom is, but my mom, like I wasn't allowed to sleep out.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back at it now, like it doesn't really make a difference because I have a lot of cousins that I have a lot of fun with. My cousins are like my best friends, or like the only people I hang out with. Shout out to Dre, Chase, Phoebe, Kumi, Sarah, my brothers, my dogs. Like,
Oh, speaking of dogs, you actually have like 9 dogs, correct?
yes, I do. I have 9 dogs.
How did you end up getting 9 dogs?
So there's BB, that was a dog from my cousin them, and they just ended up living with us. There's Rex, that was that was my first dog I got, and then Rex got a girlfriend from across the street, our neighbor's dog, and they had kids. They had 3 daughters, Roxy, Poppy, and Big Girl, and then there's Small Girl, Bullet, Chubbs, and yeah, that's it. But Roxy is my favorite. She's my baby. She's the princess. She's everybody's favorite, and all the dogs know it.
And how is that? I mean, of course, how many people are you in the house? Is it crazy having to live with like 9 dogs?
Because so we have 2 houses. My grandma lives in the front house, and my brother like stays with her over there. One of my brothers. So and then Small Girl, Big Girl, Venus and Poppy sleep over there, and then in the other house there's me, my mom, and my cousin Kenji. Rex sleeps with Kenji, and then Roxy goes back and forth from. Oh, Rex and Baby sleeps with Kenji, and Roxy goes back and forth to wherever she wants because she's the princess. And then Bullet is a bigger dog, but he sleeps in the house, and then Chubbs is his brother, but he sleeps outside because he likes to roam. But it's okay because like our dogs, like they leave when they want and they come when they want. Yeah.
So it's like the whole.
If I was a dog, I would want to live there. Like.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, your island must be beautiful.
Yeah.
Just hearing all your stories about it. Of course, seeing all the
Pictures
photos of Hawaii. I'd love to go there one day.
Yes.
That would be
It's
amazing.
a must-do trip. And it's not that far. Like from here, you gotta probably catch a plane to Japan and then fly to Hawaii. But the flight from Hawaii to California and Hawaii to Japan is the same.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah. So like either way you travel, it's the same amount of time.
Okay, that's noted for my future trip. And
Yeah.
now I have someone to bring me around.
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
not just anyone.
We're the
it's
best tour guides
me.
too. Like we know all the good places to eat, all the nice places to see. The best.
I'm looking forward to that. And just other questions I have, like, aside from doing music, what other activities do you like doing in your spare time?
Spare time, I just like hanging out with my cousins. I like going to the beach a lot. Like, look at my color right now. I'm like brown, but like this is like the lightest that I am. Cause like I'm usually like always at the beach. So like this is pretty light for me.
How far is it from your place to the beach, for example?
A couple minutes.
You just walk it, or?
You can, but it's like hot, so I'd rather get dropped off or drive there. Cause there's like a lot of beaches that you can go to. You can go, the closest one is Turtles, or you can go to Makaha Beach. You can drive all the way down to Yokohama.
And there's like 7 islands in Hawaii, right?
There's like, they're discovering new islands too. That's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like fully developed or anything, but like they're developing and they're finding like new species there that the islands used to have. I think that's so crazy. Like, how is this even possible? But anyways, I live on the island of Oahu, and I visited Molokai, Maui, and Kauai. And so starting from the top of the island chain all the way down to the bottom, there's Ni'ihau, Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Maui, Koho'olave, and Hawaii, or the Big Island.
And that's where you're from?
No, I'm from Oahu.
Oh, okay.
So this is everything over here is Hawaii, but the name of the Big Island is Hawaii. Like Hawaii,
okay.
The Big Island, yeah.
So it's this.
Like everybody from Hawaii calls it the Big Island.
Yeah.
But like
Outside people.
Correctly, like on the map, it's the Big Island is Hawaii and my island is Oahu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, aside from like, is that like everyone's go-to activity in Hawaii?
The beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, of course, as a teenager, social media is a big thing. So is it still the same? Like, or do you get to spend more time in a physical beach since it's so near you? Like, you don't really care about those things so much.
Nah, it's like a mix of both because like everybody's on social media out there. Like, everybody's on Instagram. It's like just balance in between, like whatever you feel like doing today. Like,
And you still
pretty
go to
chill.
school, right? Like.
well, not right now because like, it's a break, but yeah.
And you're about to graduate high school?
Yes.
So congrats.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you're gonna
I
get.
was thinking about like taking a couple real estate classes, just to have like, I don't know, like my real estate's license.
Yeah, I mean, might as well have
Yeah.
a backup.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, just in case, you never know. What if anything? Like, not trying to be a Debbie Downer, whatever, but just like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like when they make articles about you, facts about Mimi.
Yeah.
She has
it
a
could be
real
like,
estate
it could
license.
be like international superstar turned real estate art. Like I would be able to sell so many homes. Like, be like, oh, as our realtors, we have Mimi. Okay.
Oh, you mean that Mimi?
Okay. Sell me my house.
Mahalo.
Just do a little performance, and that was your house. Hopefully they like it.
And then the open house would have
Yeah, do a little
performances.
performance.
That would be really cool. People would actually flock to that.
Yeah,
Probably.
like it'll be good for like to get people to come to open houses and stuff. That's what I was thinking.
That sounds exciting, actually.
know.
So, speaking of like performances and everything, what are your favorite things in pop culture?
I really like how it evolved today. There's like a lot more female artists, like singers, and rappers. Like women are having like more flexibility and more diversity in the things that they're doing. And I really like the wigs, all the colors, all the outfits.
Are you planning to have like colored wigs or colored like hair sometime?
Hell yeah, but I don't want to dye my hair because like the last time I dyed my hair, like ew, like I was.
What
like,
color did you have it then?
I was like, I don't know, I think I turned 13. I was like, oh, I want to dye my hair. I did like a blonde ombre. I mean, it wasn't bad, but like I was just never dye my hair again.
So, what are the things you like to watch? Like, for example, on Netflix or on TV?
I like to watch Power. Power season 6 is coming out, so I'm excited for that. What else do I like to watch? Ooh, I was really into Once Upon a Time at one point. I really like that. I like the show Awkward when it was out.
Oh yeah, I finished that whole thing.
Yeah, me too. I love Awkward.
So were you team Matty or team, what's the other one? Jake?
I was not team Maddie.
Why not?
Because Maddie, like, from the jump, I was just like, Maddie.
And is it, for example, since Hawaii is in the US, but it's different from the mainland?
Yeah, like, when I meet people from, like, the mainland states, like, they were always like, oh, do I need a passport to come to Hawaii? I'm like, Hawaii is a part of the US. Like,
Yeah.
we're literally the 50th state. You don't need a passport. Like, I don't know, just like, some people think that we're not a part of the US, or they ask me if we live in grass huts. Like,
Oh, that's
we
crazy.
have buildings and stuff, like. it's
Yeah,
like
what's
right
even
here.
crazier, people from the US or other like European countries, for example, would think the Philippines isn't as developed as it is.
I mean, like, I watch a lot of YouTube, so like I've seen some parts of the Philippines, but most of the places that they show is just like those little construction things that people just build. Like, they don't really show like the big cities and stuff, but you guys have like a lot of cities, like
We
big
do.
buildings and architecture, and it's like super like modern. Like, people don't even show that, but yeah. We have one big city, Waikiki, Honolulu. Yeah.
And Honolulu is in the Big Island.
No, Honolulu is in Oahu.
Oh, okay. And that's where they have a lot of those shows from elsewhere, correct?
Yeah. Like Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah. So, like for example, like mainland and Hawaii are like what they portray as lives of teenagers in the mainland almost the same as you?
I mean, because Hawaii is so like family orientated, and there's like so many people have so much family. I mean, you have friends too, but you just hang out with your family mostly. Cause like I know in like the mainland and stuff, people's families aren't as big as like a Filipino family or like a Hawaii family. Like, it's just like a cultural difference.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty different, right?
Yeah.
And that's nice. I mean, of course, we know Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
And Ohana means family. It's like one of the most iconic lines from a Disney movie. So, you know, it's nice. I just wanted to ask also, since Moana was a big princess, how was the response, especially for young people in Hawaii?
For Moana?
Yeah.
So Moana, like, they don't clearly specify what she is, because throughout the movie you can see they like incorporated a couple different Polynesian cultures. So like they have Hawaiian, Tongan, Samoan. Like, it's just like she's like just a Polynesian princess instead of a Hawaiian princess. But I think in that movie they represented the Polynesian culture well.
Okay. I mean, it's really nice that we have a lot of representation now. I mean, Mulan is coming back.
Oh yeah, I seen that, but they said that they're not gonna have Mushu.
Yeah, they're gonna have a phoenix of some sort.
Yeah. But In my Chinese zodiac, I'm the year of the Chinese golden dragon.
Wow.
Yeah.
2000.
So I would get like a little Mushu tattoo.
So you're turning 19 sometime.
My birthday's September 1st.
Okay, that's really near. Advanced happy birthday, since you
Thank
won't be here by the
you.
time. I mean, you're turning 19.
Yeah, we should just party tonight.
We should. We've actually we have a 6 a.m. thing tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So good luck to us. But that's it for this segment of the show. We will be back for one last bit of popcorn. Indie synth pop band Churches with hits Miracle, Get Out, The Mother We Share, and the recently dropped Here With Me returns to Manila. Churches live in Manila August 13, 2019 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Tickets now on sale at www.ticketnet.com.ph #Churches Manila. That's CHV and not you. Brought to you by Ovation Productions. So we're back for our last bit of popcorn. Before we go to our pop stop, I forgot to ask this question. Where did the name Mimi actually come from?
So my middle name is Mieko, Mieko. It's Japanese, and then my first name is Kiani. Kiani is like there's people in Hawaii named Kiani, but it's not like a Hawaiian name. Like it's just there. My mom named me Kiani from this movie that was popular in Hawaii. At one point, it's called North Shore, and the girl's name was Kiani, and she liked that name, so she named me Kiani. But like during school and stuff, everybody would call me Kiana. Besides like my friends and my cousins and stuff, they would call me Mimi because that's what they just call me. That's my nickname. That's been my nickname forever. But yeah, so like I just when I just started, cause like they would not get my name right, so I just told all the teachers to call me Mimi too. And Mimi is from Mieko, and they started calling me that when I was a baby. My aunties and my mom, then they just gave me that nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's like a family gift.
you just took it and made it your stage name as well.
Yeah, because like I was thinking like about a stage name, but then I was like, I don't know how to call myself. Like, so I just went with me. And it's like easy to remember, easy to spell, easy to pronounce.
And it has a ring to it, especially when you say it in like songs.
Mimi.
Like how does DJ Khaled say it again? Like from Hawaii.
Mimi
from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it has a ring to it.
Yeah.
So sobrang last part na yun ng show, pero dapat yun yung una kong tinanong. But yeah, we're here at the last bit of our show. It's called Pop Stop, where we give our favorite TV shows and movies or music that we'd like to recommend to our listeners and viewers. So first, you should go first.
Okay, I really like the movie Napoleon Dynamite. I think it's so funny. What else was this?
I think you recommend this to me, you and Summer. There's this group called City Girls.
City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. I like Stunner Girl too. I like Tokyo Jets. Like they're just all female rappers. Like the females are really getting like into the rap industry. Like it's so great.
It's nice that females are just taking over the world.
I know, like
as they should.
You know what it's called? You know what this summer is called? Summer is still here. Still here, ladies. We still have time. Don't waste it. This is called the Hot Girl Summer.
And you're part of it.
Yes, I am.
So for my pop stop for the week, I'm gonna recommend Stranger Things season 3.
Is it like completely out on Netflix?
Yeah, the whole thing is out on Netflix.
I'll watch it. Because I watch
came out.
Stranger Things, but I don't want to have to do an episode and wait.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just binge.
It's crazy. 8 episodes long. I watched it in like 3 days. If I didn't have work, I would have watched it in one day. So it's really good. I really like the season, and you should go check it out. We're gonna be having a Stranger Things episode for season 3 next week, so tune in next week for that whole thing. We're gonna be talking about it more in detail. So now, where can they follow you if they'd like to hear more about you and see your stuff?
You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Mimi the Artist, and then you can find all of my updates on there.
And you'd like to plug some of your
Yes.
new things?
So make sure everybody checks out my new single, Kiki Love, featuring Elmo Magalona. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, and Amazon under Universal Records. And while I'm in the Philippines, we have a Kiki Love tour this weekend. July 13th, this Saturday, 4 p.m. at SM Sukat and 7 p.m. at SM Muntinlupa. And then July 14th, this Sunday, 4 p.m. at SMBF
Paranaque.
and 7 p.m. at Southwoods Laguna. So this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'll update it on my Instagram. So I hope to see you guys there at our mall shows.
And I will be there too, so
Yes,
we
Cholo
hope
will be there.
I'm
Please
gonna be
form a
her
nice line
backup
for
dancer.
pictures. Like for pictures and for press with Cholo, go through me or Summer or Ricky, and yeah, we'll have cards.
And Elmo will be there as well.
Oh yeah, Elmo will be there. We'll be performing Kiki Love, and then we have another song together. So we'll be performing our two songs.
Lightweight.
Hope to see you guys there.
So there you have it. That is this week's Popcorn. Thank you so much, Mimi, for taking
Thank
time.
you.
It's been an honor to have you and to
Thank
just
you.
generally have like some time together during this whole
besides
tour.
like working and stuff, just to just talk, whatever.
It's been really nice. So of course, all our Popcorn episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever podcasts are streamed. So go check out our previous episodes of Popcorn and our minisodes as well. Thank you so much to Radyo Katipunan 87.9 for always having me every week. See you guys next week for our Stranger Things episode. Goodbye. What's goodbye in Hawaiian?
Ahuyo.
Ahuyo. Paalam, mga kaibigan.